Hello, hello, and welcome to a vintage story thing. That's it has been decided. I'm eating a pie, and also, and perhaps much more importantly, we're going to 1.22. Oh, what a delicious carrot pie. Pure carrot. Nothing better. Nothing better than a second slice. Last episode, we finished building this new home for us, but we also decided we're going to be moving on to 1.22. And due to various world generation things, we're going to have to leave Coppersburg, but that's alright, we'll be founding New Coppersburg, but we need to get there first, which means we have some preparing to do. First off, we'll need a boat, and boats can hold a bunch of chests and what have you. Most of these are full, we'll be gathering these up soon enough, but you can stick a few chests into a boat once you make them. We actually open that up in the handbook. Ours will of course be large, but you can build a sailboat and then you can place containers into it, and I believe it's 8 containers. I could be wrong, but there's several things that we'll want to bring with us on our journey to the new and fertile lands of 1.22. So that's what we'll be doing this episode, preparing to head off to 1.22. One of the big things I want to do to prepare, why is this door open? Looks clear. One of the big things I'll want to do to prepare for 1.22 is another round of farming. That means it's time to open up Excel again, and I'm really excited. So here we have the big chart as has been featured previously. And one of the crops that we've decided to grow is rye. So here's our rye. And rye has a relatively low maximum temperature that it's able to withstand before it takes heat damage and yields are dropped by 50%. Obviously, we want to avoid that. We grew our rye in this stretch here, give or take. I think we harvested sometime in May. I don't remember the exact date. It is now August 1st, and there's a period right in the middle of the year here, late June through July, where any rye that we had planted in our greenhouses would have overheated. So what I'm going to do is rotate all of our fields and do a second harvest starting here in August, and it'll last, 2 months, whatever it is. So we will be harvesting sometime in September, October. All of our crops again, we'll try to do a second run of all of them. That is our rye, our flax, and we were going for onion, but I don't think we had enough seeds, so I'm just going to fill up our pea greenhouse with literally whatever seeds we've got. Taking a look at our map of Coppersburg here, these are our 4 greenhouses, these big square things here. And I did them in a specific order, where this one was N, this one was P, this one was K, and this was our fallow field, which I'll mark with an F. Sorry, editing tech, I realize there's like 6 different things that are stacked on your timeline now. So what I'm going to do is take these 4 and simply rotate them. And that's why it's called field rotation. So instead, this first greenhouse will be our fallow field, then N, P, and K. If we were staying here past just this year, which in theory you normally would be, I would keep this rotation up while also rotating how I'm applying fertilizer to keep up specific nutrients and like pre-game other ones, and there's a whole system here. But in the interest of getting things done, I'm gonna just plant NPK and ship it. So let's go grab our seeds. Until recently, they were down here, but now there's nothing in this fridge. I'm not sure what to do with this room. Something to consider. We actually don't yet have enough flax to fully fill a greenhouse. It takes 2 stacks of 64 or 128 seeds to fill 1 greenhouse, so this is very nearly 3/4 of a full greenhouse of just flax. For our rye, we again somehow don't have a full greenhouse yet, though we probably will after this harvest, which will be fantastic for our efficiency moving forward. For the rest of our N plants, or nitrogen, let's also grow some cabbages and turnips for the rest of the seeds, because that's what we've got available. And for our P, or phosphorus crop, I'm going to prioritize onions and fill as much as I can with parsnips after that. And for the fallow field, I've got a little something planned. Coming into our greenhouses, this is going to be our fallow field, and we have some spelt to harvest. Glad I looked in here. Try to remember to do that in a moment. Put a torch there. That might remind me. Like I can remember torches. Okay, so this is going to be our nitrogen field. Let's get rid of this grass. Actually, you know what? I'm realizing I should really check the temperatures. Rye is only heat resistant up to 27 degrees Celsius, which means effectively for a greenhouse, that's 22 degrees Celsius. So what's our max temperature? It looks like it might have peaked. There's a 22 on July 1st. There's a couple more towards the end of July, but it looks like this might be our peak and we could be starting to come down now. It is probably worth the risk. I'm gonna plant them. Look, gaze upon the tiny cabbage. We have 4 days, I'm gonna call it, on our berry bushes, fruiting again. Alright, that gives us a little bit of time to make one of the builds I'd like to today. Onions. Onions first, though. Don't get distracted, Jack. Not yet. It's too early for that. How is that all we've got for phosphorus plants? It's kind of crazy, right? Well, there we are, I guess. Spelt. Spelt. I'm actually remembering the spelt. A lot of spelled grain, let me tell you. Why is that torch burned out? Are all of my torches going out? Yeah, it kind of looks like it. Wilp. That was nearly 7 stacks of spelt. One of the neat things with getting 2 harvests is that you can plant different stuff for each of those harvests. I'm gonna be choosy with only planting those seeds with this one. They're not a particularly common seed, so I want to look after them. Give them plenty of space to flourish. Today's tea is a hibiscus-based brew called Passion. If I remember right, there's a little bit of passion fruit in it. I don't know if it's enough to excuse the name, but look at the color of this thing. And that's off of being poured directly over the bag. After it's steeped for a while, here, I'll take another picture of it. Look at that, it's gorgeous. It's very sweet, but it's got a lot of that hibiscus, cranberry, that tartness to it. And I really like that. Wow, I just downed a good half of that mug. Alright, I'm gonna try to sip that. And oh, it's still dark out. So I'd like to wall this in, as well as, well, do a couple things, really. Walling this in is a big one, though. I'm thinking I could change this awning pretty substantially and build the wall directly off of this corner. And then I have a plan for this pit that I think will be pretty fun. And then there's something I'd like to build over here, which is currently our kind of impromptu flower farm that I have not really been the best steward of, I'll be honest here. Let me get a torch out. I just realized how dark it is. And I'm realizing that this pit is minus this block. That's a perfect circle down into it. Meaning, if I get rid of these, what's actually down here anyway? I don't know that I've ever actually gone exploring. It's a lot of bow torns, but there's also some rusty gears here. I'm gonna grab those. No, try to get out. Ah! I don't think there's anything else down there. Nothing here. Oh, this is that hole that I discovered the other day. One that I almost fell into. Was that 2 episodes ago, I think? That sounds about right. Well, it doesn't look like there's any reason for me to really ever go down there. I'm gonna start clearing some space for this thing that I want to build. So I've got faith in it. I think it's a good idea. And part of that is harvesting all these flowers. Finally. This is a good bit of woad. So I need our basalt cobblestone, rammed earth, the fencing, and I'll figure out the rest as we go. I also really want to make some more glass. I need to make more charcoal. Okay, that should probably be the thing that we do first. I have some large logs in here, but that's not nearly enough. Not for making charcoal and a whole bunch of other stuff. These bees are so loud. Oh, how's our cattail farm coming along? Not grown yet. It's this right here. Kind of hard to tell, but that's it. Look at this. Early August, there's still some snow out here because it was under a shaded spot underneath a tree. Bet there's some more lurking around in here too. Oh, there's some. Definitely lingers for a touch too long in the forests, I'd say. I've seen some snowdrifts that never seem to go away, but August is a little bit much. Poisonous mushrooms, and I can make a potion base with them. Oh, that's exciting. One of those little details that I really appreciated is, do you see how the rain is bouncing off the ground here? One, that's already great. But if I come here under this tree cover, you'll see there's much less of it. But you will occasionally, here we go, you'll occasionally catch some larger drops that land and kind of linger for a while. And these are those large drops that fall out of the leaves of trees. I love that little detail. There's so many of those little touches in this game. And then there's snow in the middle of August. Just the fact that attention is paid to these little details it's nostalgic, kinda. Makes me think of old games. They used to be just full of that kind of stuff. And I was just cutting down that tree and looking at the horizon, and unfortunately the screen is shaking because it's a wee bit chilly up on this mountain. But man, Farseer really does a lot to help how this game looks, huh? I'm a touch chilly, but I want to get a few more logs, so I'm gonna stay out here for a bit longer. I want to have some larch logs to build with, to make charcoal with. I feel like that list was going to be longer, but that might actually be the end of it. I'm starting to get the cold overlay. Yeah, we can go dump some stuff off, how about that? And while I get out of here, I'm gonna go ahead and plant some more of these seeds to regrow our larch. Hey Adachi. Been a while, what kind of wares you got for us today? You got honks? Oh dude, I want some honks. The morning, but it's the center third. We've already got that one. This is a high price for these tapestry pieces. 2 pieces of ambush, and again, the prices are kind of not great. Ambush is average. Well, this one is average, and left third is rather high. You are buying rough peridot with low potential. I think we've got one of those. Oh right, there's nothing on these shelves. Those are up here now. That is low potential, and that's also low potential. Both of these are. We might be liquidating some of our assets into gears right now, which will make them stack easier. It's an okay price for our peridot, but our emeralds, we might want to wait on a better price for that. Let's sell our rough peridot and hope he gets a better deal on emeralds. Thank you, Adachi. Look at that, 24 rusty gears. A lot more than we started the episode with. We got 9 of them. There it goes, and just on cue to start honking from starvation. Let's go eat something. this row is not yet harvestable. Oh, and neither is this one. But otherwise, they all appear to be. So we'll be harvesting this pretty soon, actually. Oh, I have to do something about this, too. We need more chalk, I think. How much lime water can I actually make? We've got a bunch of chalk. Oh, these soaked hides are done. Now these huge scraped hides, I'm going to drop those into our weak tannin. And I forget how much this is going to consume, but a lot. But I'll get it sealed up, and in a few days, we'll have more leather processing. The fun color for the sky. I think I need more fire clay bricks. How much quartz do I have? Where is our quartz? I feel like it's been a while since I've gone looking for it. But we have 27 chunks of just quartz. Oh, I should have put these other huge scraped hides in with it. Oh no. Oh well. You know, we've got a bunch of clear quartz. I could just make quartz glass. Maybe I'll do that for what I have planned, because I won't need very much. And it being a lower quality form of glass, actually, I kind of like that vibe for it. Because it's going to be an industrial sort of building. You know, I'm curious if you can see the cattail farms on these windows. I think that might be it there, but it's really hard to tell without them being grown. It could just be grass. And also, it's night, so it's hard to see. I chose a terrible time to investigate that. So I noticed while I was down here that I have some black currants squirreled away. I'm going to grab 10 of them. And I'm also going to take 2 rusty gears. Trust me, I don't especially love doing this. So it turns out this floor can become waterlogged. This was initially a slab floor, which is actually why the boards are running in the wrong direction. They should be running lengthwise. Running widthwise it's bad for warping reasons. You want to have your boards, you want to have the grain running lengthwise of the piece, or in this case, floor. Anyway, so it turns out this floor can become waterlogged, and I know that because I was just emptying out a bucket onto the floor, and then I heard running water. So I come running down the stairs here, and I turn around the corner, and the bighorn enclosure here, our lower level of the barn apothecary, completely flooded with water. So, something to keep in mind with slab floors. But now I have 2 barrels with 10 liters of water. So I'm going to take this one and one of our rusty gears, and I'm going to seal that in. It'll take 8 hours to turn into gray dye. Let's seal that. I'm going to take our other gear and just leave it on the shelf for now, because that's going to be going into here once it's done. Now, with the other barrel of 10 liters, kind of the same deal, except I'm going to take 10 of our black currants that we happen to have in our cellar, and this will turn into 10 liters of purple dye, again after 8 hours. So I will seal that, and we just gotta wait on both of those. I also happened into having some meat in our inventory, and especially given that our protein bar is quite low and we have such a long journey ahead of us, I think it's probably prudent for us to make some hearty meat stews and put them into crocks. We just heard a bow torn outside. Or is that... No. Maybe it's down in the pit? That would be spooky. No? Okay, I like that a lot less than it just being in the pit. That I could deal with. Oh no, what if it's down here? Yep, there it is. Well, that's just gonna happen periodically. It's dark down there. And we've got more pressing issues. Do we have any crocks in storage down here right now? And I don't have any shelves. No, all of our crocks are in the old cellar still? Is that true? Yes, it is. So in that case, what's the times on these? And a lot of these are fresh for like a year still. Yeah, the porridges are not really lasting. These red meat stews, though, these are holding up pretty nicely. So I've got 18. That's 3 full loads, which is like, that's 3 full cooking pots. Do I have any cooking pots? I don't have any cooking pots I can use. I need to make some cooking pots. Okay. Well, in that case, it's time to store our meat. Unfortunately, it does not store particularly well. I get 4 days out of it. That should be long enough to make a cooking pot. And then get it into crocks, get it processed. So I need clay. This is not at all what I was expecting to be doing. 9? Yeah, I need more clay. So I know I need to make... Let's make 2 cooking pots. I'm also going to need a bowl. And honestly, mostly because it'll fit, I'm going to make another crock as well. There we go. Well, I'll just have to wait on those for 24 hours. About 18? I forget how many it is. Somewhere around there. Most of the day. Oh, I really ate through all of the basalt that I quarried last episode. Well, guess I'm off to get some more. Seems pretty clear. Well, I'm gonna hope that's enough for what I've got planned and head back on out of here. Well, we got 70 blocks of basalt cobblestone out of that, and I say that's enough to start. I don't love that wolf howling. Where was that? Is that out this way somewhere? Because if so, I don't need to deal with it right now. What is all this white come? Is this snow? In August? At 19C? Gotta be like flower petals or something, right? No, I'm not seeing a wolf out there. How are the chickens doing? Creeping on the chickens again. Oh, look at that. What is that Botorn doing? Shooting at my rams? Hold on. Oh, there's a bunch of you. Trying not to kill the rams. Oh no, I've angered one. Okay, never mind. The rams get to live with them now. Not this one though. 'Cause that one was going to be a problem. Oh, that's generation 1. That's so unfortunate. Well, we got a bunch of raw red meat out of it, so I guess there's that. Ton more, actually. Yeah, I'm just gonna ignore that those are in there. That's probably gonna be a net good, as unfortunate as it is. 33, so that's enough for 16 now. 16 crocs? How many crocs do we have? Oh wait, no, that's 16 meals, 4, so that's 4 crocs? Yeah, that's only 4 crocs. We have plenty of crocs. How many empties do we have up here? We only have 5, and we're making 1, so we'll have 6 empty crocs. I'm probably going to want to make some more. And I'm starving again. Dang it. Let me go get a slice. Alright, so we'll have 5 more crocs, which is... This is already more than enough to process the meat that we've got. Let me plan out some more of this meal making. Okay, so it'll be that, and then it optionally accepts 2 to 0 more raw meat, 0 to 2 vegetables, 0 to 2 eggs, 0 to 2 soybeans, 0 to 1 fruit, or honey. I could spike it with honey. Honey is fruit. Let's see if we have any veg. I feel like our veg is kind of not great. we've got plenty of veg. Let's dip into our onions. How about onion, carrot? So this should make like a hearty red meat stew with onion and carrot. I think that's what this will equate into. And that should be pretty good. Unless I want to make that use honey or fruit. I could do fruit and then it would be a more rounded meal. Now we'll send it. Okay, so now we've got our meals, our upcoming meal making laid out, ready to go. Ah, our gray dye is done, but we need to make it into black dye by doing the exact same thing and then sealing it for another 8 hours. Our purple dye is also done. And I'm going to grab 2 of our pieces of leather and come over to our purple dye, drop those in. So purple dye normally requires mordant. However, dyeing leather never requires mordant for whatever reason. I'm sure that there is an actual researched reason. I just don't really know what it is. So we're going to seal this up. We will get 2 pieces of purple leather and we'll just come back to that later. All right, now for what I'm planning on doing here is bringing this wall straight out to the pit. So to there, and then picking the wall up on the other side of this pit here. And there's more to this, but this is kind of the idea. Now, I wanted to build something else in here too. I'm thinking of putting a door here. That would come out to here. Alternatively, I don't build this here and I find somewhere else to put it, which would be arguably aesthetically more pleasing, as this building is going to be kind of stinky. But zoos seem to really like putting elephants at the front gate, so maybe they know best. And this is another, like this would be another gate, I think. Although in theory it would connect to a road that would take you through here. So we're having a little bit of a navigation problem, I'm realizing, in Coppersburg, where this is kind of the only road through here right now. There's a through pass here and there's another vertical one, another north-south here. But this is our main road, if you will, our main area of transit. And I think it's got some problems. Did this chunk just change? This is 6 blocks wide, this pit. Should be 6 by 6, actually. And it is. That's pretty fortuitous for what I had planned. Well, let me go grab the rammed earth, and I think this is as good a start as any. I think I'm having to change a plan, but that's pretty okay, because I like the new one. Oh man, this is gonna totally ruin our view out these windows, isn't it? A little bit this one. There will be a building like here. I think it might be worth it though. I think this is gonna be a pretty neat build. And I'm excited about it. How did I get 3 doors out of that? Thankfully I need another 2. Okay, I need to clean out my inventory. But we're starting to make some progress here, I think. 6 by 6 gives a 4 by 4, which gives me 64 voxels. 64 by 64 voxels. How big is Coppersburg? So 1243 minus 1169. That's 74. I would need to make it bigger. That's 10, so I would need to make it a 5 by 5. Means the building would need to be 7 by 7, but it's a 6 by 6 pit. Alright, I gotta clean out my inventory and think about what I've done. Oh, all of our pit kilns are done, and my inventory is still a mess. Oh, we had a bunch of bowls. Well, more can't hurt. Yep, our charcoal looks like it's done. Now we have our 8 soaked hides. I'm going to put them in our inventory grid with a knife and scrape them. Then we put them back into the grid with our shears and we can turn them into parchment. Now the reason I did that is I can reach in here and grab our purple leather, go back into our crafting grid and take 8 of our pieces of parchment and we can make a book. And if I grab that bowl from earlier, I can pick up some of our 1 liter of our black dye. You have to make it in units of 10, and I can take 1 of our feathers from probably like the first week and make an ink and quill. And now, if I have that in my offhand, and I right click with our purple book in my main hand, we can edit the book. Now there's several things that you can do with a book in Vintage Story. You can cancel, which saves absolutely nothing that you've done. Save and close, which saves and close. And sign. And sign is the kind of dangerous one. Signing a book makes it immutable. You can no longer edit it. And I'd love to call this the Coppersburg Chronicle, but I don't think I'm going to be chronicling in this first book. I think I'm just going to call it the journal. And this, I'm finally allowing myself to write notes in this world. It's been a while, hasn't it? But we can finally take notes. So I'm going to really quickly write down a couple things that I'm going to want to take with us. I'm going to save and close that list. And now, even when I don't have the ink and quill in my offhand, if I right click, I can read. I can also transcribe, which will allow me to copy the contents of a book into another. That's not really useful to us right now, but hey. So this is probably going to live on our hotbar from now on. Hooray for more inventory space being used. That's alright. We're making more leather and we should be able to get leather backpacks pretty soon. That's another goal that I have before we leave for the lands of 1.22. And speaking of, I don't think I've really explained why I want to move us to 1.22. So I actually spent a while earlier just today reading through the changelog for 1.22 and refreshing myself on the changelog for 1.21 because I never actually updated to that one. I'm skipping a version. Oh well. And the stuff that they're adding in 1.22 is super interesting to me. I think that the berry changes look really cool. I'd love to play around with the water wheel. I'm interested about the entire fishing system. There's a huge revamp to that. Speaking of revamps, the metalworking system, like everything is different. It's pretty crazy how much is changing with the metalworking. There's quenching, tempering, there's a grind wheel for sharpening now, there's the forge has been reworked and includes bellows. It's a whole new system, which leads me actually to a great segue into why in the world I haven't done iron yet. I've had this idea of moving to 1.22 floating around in my head for a while. It was not actually spur of the moment. And since I'll be leaving and changing to a version with a completely different metal system, I figure explaining the iron thing, because iron works differently than the metals that we've worked with so far. You can't just melt it and pour it into molds. You have to deal with iron. And while some of that is still true and carries over, I think I'd like to explain iron with all of the other metalworking changes that have been made, since they are really significant. So what I'm planning on doing is heading out on our boat and prospecting for iron as we go, and settling kind of wherever looks good, but specifically, hopefully, somewhere that has iron. And also, speaking of iron and processing it, windmills have been changed, and kind of mechanical power as a whole has been changed, and it gets important once you get into iron. It's useful before that, but iron really makes mechanical power kind of borderline necessary. There's also changes to how oil and fat are handled. There's a new dungeon that's not story related, so that might be interesting to try and loot. And there's just so many little changes that have been made. That little quality of life adjustments, tweaks to existing systems, balance changes. Did I mention that the berries are completely different? That might have been how I started this little list. Those are the numerous reasons that I want to go to 1.22, and I think it'll be worth it for us to make that jump, to learn more, to explore and learn new systems, because that's kind of my favorite part about Vintage Story. Also that it's really cozy. I think that's what caught me right off the bat, but the surprising amount of depth is what's kept me around, and I want to explore more of that depth through the updates. So I unfortunately need to go out and get more larch logs. That's what I'm procrastinating on doing. Let's go do it. But since it's going to be a long journey to get to 1.22, we have to go 2 whole updates after all. I'm gonna wait until at least that harvest comes in that we just planted, so that we can build up some pretty healthy stores of food to make that journey. We'll be bringing, oh, that's something I should add to the journal. All of our seeds. I'm not looking to lose a ton of progress, so I'm going to be bringing all of our metal with us. All of our metal, all of our seeds, some compost, a lot of things that just take a while to accrue and are part of that advancement, but we've already made those advancements, so we don't really need to rehash them, you know? Therefore, I'm planning on bringing them with us. And as for the quern in this list, I just feel like the quern is a central part of any settlement. Grain has been a core element of human settlements, basically since human settlements. And the quern is our most humble of implements for processing that grain into coarse flour, which we can then further process into breads and flatbreads as well. Flatbreads are great. I love a good naan. I'm actually super excited to have the book finally. I have been planning to make this book since before the series started. I'm just slow like that. We've got 18 liters of lime water. How many rawhides do we have here? Oh, these are all scraped. We have no rawhides, so I'll just drop these in. Cool. We'll need to make more strong tannin. How much oak do we have? Do we have no oak? Is that elsewhere? Please tell me that's just elsewhere. Oh, we've got a bunch of oak. We should probably bring some oak seeds and stuff with us. That would probably be prudent. Yep, I let the torches die again. At least there's not that many now. Oh, there's so many fireflies out there. I'm gonna miss this place. I think it's as good a time as any to go get some wood, though. It's dark, but, I mean, I've gone lumberjacking in the middle of the night before. That is definitely a wolf. I was playing Marathon with some friends earlier today, and topic of field of view came up, how wide the FOV is. And one friend plays every game with the slider basically maxed out at like 105. Is often the cap in games. Sometimes I go to 110, sometimes only 100. And I'm not sure what I play that game at, I don't remember, it's been a while since I said it. But I mentioned that I used to max out every game, and I don't anymore. I actually used to play this game at 105 FOV, but perhaps I can explain why I don't. Well, one, it's mostly for YouTube reasons, but my FOV right now is 80 degrees, which is fairly low for PC gaming. But if I bring this up to 105, which is where I set it in most games, pretty zoomed out. Now if I bring it in to like 50, which you would never want to play this tight, I don't think. But look at how much closer it brings everything. And this is, I mean, it feels like my eyes are kind of projected ahead of my face. So I would not want to play like this, but it brings everything so close. But especially on YouTube, I know a lot of people watch on their phones. This feels very distorted and weird. You can probably especially see that as I turn. So we go for a happy medium, 80 in Vintage Story. And this is actually the FOV that I used to play MechWarrior Online at. I think it might have been lower in some mechs, but it's a first-person mech game, and I actually used to play competitively, and the meta, as it were, in that game is to use a pretty low FOV because it gives you essentially free zoom, and a full kilometer is not an uncommon engagement range in that game. And I especially played a lot of really long range builds, so it was especially important that I take advantage of that little passive bonus. I find the competitive scenes of games pretty interesting to follow for weird things like that, where some of them just operate differently than other games do. I think I should make more lime water, yeah. That is a 1-to-1. Well, how much am I gonna have left? Probably not much after a raw hide. Let's make like 40 liters. And I'm still not used to our quern being up here now. I forgot to pull the lime out of the quern. And it immediately turns into lime water. It's always weird when these are immediate interactions. I need to work on something that I've been putting off. I'm in this row, goes to here, and I am in, come here, Notepad++. So southwest corner, 1173.35. Northeast corner is, oh, the northeast corner is, these skeps are all done. Is our farm done though? Because if I can get another load, I would. Yes, the cattail farm is done. Okay, I'll load that up then. There's no reason not to get, is that 3 or 6 skeps that I get out of that? I think it's 6. In the northeast corner, actually, is this +2 in both directions? Oh, it's -2 in that direction. Okay. Well, in that case, go 263, and this one is 1237. My brilliantly laid plans have once again come to bite me. Well, I don't actually know if these plans are that brilliantly laid. So there's something I want to do here, but it requires a space that is 5 by 5. And this is unfortunately an even number of blocks wide. And it's really best as a circle. The other option, which I'm very strongly considering at this point, would be to make the interior dimensions of this space 8 by 8. And then I have a ton of room to play with. Yeah, I think that's going to be the call. Yeah, you know what? That lets me do some fun things, actually. I think I like that. And I've added slightly to how wide this one is. Okay. Where does this go to now? This is 69. So it is now 4¼ by 4½ blocks. This thing that I'm going to be trying to build. Okay, so how big is this? I thought I was doing something wrong. And I was. I'm figuring out how this is going to work in my head. And it's, this is a weird project, this one. Yes, I do need to fill this hole in at some point. No, I haven't done it yet. I do not have a good reason for that. Okay, 6 times 6, so this is 36 blocks, so I need more boards than I had. Where's my saw? Also, oh, I think that might be from upstairs. Well, it turns out it's kind of the entire house, but I love that you can hear rain on the glass in this game. I might just take a seat and enjoy it for a moment. Well, I just had a warning in OBS that the encoder was overloaded, and that's weird because I hadn't tweaked those settings in a while. But my apologies if the video looks kind of weird for the last stretch. I've closed some stuff on my computer, and hopefully we won't see that error again. Though the footage looked alright, so guess we'll see what happens when I bring it into DaVinci to edit. So I'm breaking some rules for this building, some architectural rules of Coppersburg, but I do have an actual reason for doing so. Something that's occasionally done in architecture is controlling the occupants, I guess, the visitors' experience of a space. Oh yeah, I'm gonna want to extend these down all the way. Yeah, I'll do that later. Anyway, the idea here is that this building in the front of Coppersburg here is going to be quite squat and low slung. And the idea here is that this is a defensive kind of fortified structure. It isn't meant to be like a residential area that has much taller floors and there's more space. This is not necessarily an inviting entrance. So you come in, and it's this low overhang that you have to kind of duck your head into. And this is a very defensible spot. But then you're inside, and there's glass windows, and it's much more open and airy. And it's this contrast of having to come into a very small, squat, closed-in, kind of claustrophobic and dark and dangerous, because you can fall off into a pit space, and then you step out of it and the world opens up. You'll sometimes see this in like entrances to atriums in buildings where they'll have a dropped section of ceiling before you enter the atrium, and that's to help juxtapose those different ceiling heights and make the atrium seem, by contrast, that much larger and more grand. So that's what I'm kind of going with here, as well as implying that this kind of squat building is more defensive and utilitarian in nature. These corners are really annoying me. I'm going to do something about them. Yeah, that's looking better. I need to do something here with, like, paving this in, but this works for now. There's a thunderstorm off the coast in Rosa Bay. I've seen a couple flashes of lightning, and they light up the clouds really impressively. Ah, and the thunder. That was a good one. Oh, I've had a bunch of building stuff in here. I haven't even known. Alright. Oh, this is where my large stones... I didn't need to quarry anything. Okay. I forgot about all of this. Well, that'll show me. I'm thinking of weird roof stuff I could do. I think I'm gonna do it. But first, this needs walls, like pretty badly. Well, I finally need more rammed earth, and I also need to clear out some of this dirt in front of here. Give it... like, I want this to be low and squat, but not this obnoxious to get into. Like, this needs to be corrected. So, I'm gonna get to digging. You know, I've known for a while that I wanted to expand out in this direction, and yet I still planted trees here. I am the victim of my own poor planning. Oh, that is some good rain noises. Alright, let's get this turned into rammed earth. 1, 2, 3. Well, I think... oh, I could do the roof. I should do the roof right now. Yeah. I need to do this at some point. That's not going to be too hard, though. That's just stones and clay. I think I'm going to blow windows in that at some point, but for now, that'll work. I'll figure out windows later. Scythe, I wanted to go get the cattails. I'm wasting time on the bees. It's gonna start cooling down, so. And between this and shears, I'm not sure what my favorite tool is. It's definitely one of those two, though. I mean, obviously the pickaxe lets you do, you know, material advancement stuff, but in terms of like sheer tedium saving, probably the scythe and the shears. Only have 45 clay in there, but that should be enough. All right, I'm gonna wait to let those skeps populate as well, and I am starving to death. I'm gonna have to make more pies pretty soon. And also fill all those crocks. Well, these crocks. There is a slightly more practical structure that I wanted to complete though. So let me get our roofing blocks again. Yeah, I'll just grab all of them. Oh, hi. Did some of my lights go out? I bet they did. I don't know where though. So I'm gonna saw all of these just for the sake of efficiency. There it is. I never remember which side the thing is supposed to be on. Alright, so this unassuming little building here, this little structure, this is a greenhouse. And you know what we can do with greenhouses? We can make stuff rot at them real quickly. And I am, actually, kind of excited about that. This one's a little bit of an experiment, mostly for the future, but... Ooh, we could fill another barrel. This onion is currently fresh for 9 days. And this is just outside. Stored food pair speed is 1.1. Gonna pick this up and very slowly carry it over this way. Place it into our new little greenhouse room here. How is it better? It should be worse. Now it's fresh for 12 days. It's in a greenhouse. Ah, does this not work? Hold on, if I... No longer greenhouse. And now it's worse. The greenhouse is like reducing the temperature somehow? Okay, so I guess I don't want this glass stain. Well, that's alright. I still wanted to have it. Still wanted to have that building like that. Let's move all of our other rotting stuff over there, because this corner is kind of weird for it. Anyway, this was the idea with this building. I thought that this was going to be a prototype for, well, technically a greenhouse that would make things rot very quickly, but unfortunately, that is not the case. Which is fine, but this is why we test things. Now, a barrel, if I'm remembering right. Hey, I did remember right. I'll seal that rod up, so that'll become compost. And this crate contains the compost that is finished. I'm going to throw that over there as well, just so it's all in one place. This is the thing I was talking about with the elephants earlier in the episodes. Because it's right next to the entrance, like they put elephant. Never mind. Well, on the plus side, I reclaimed all of that glass. There's rowdy boys in my basement again. I can hear them. Oh, what? Now how are you spawning up there? I'm trying to think how I want to have this roof. If I want to have a center ridge, or if I want it to all come together. Basically, if I want it to resemble these roofs on our towers, or more the barn apothecary and the original structure with the more linear single ridge roof. I feel like the single ridge is gonna end up looking better, I think. Which glass do I have? 28. Okay, that's a fair bit of glass. So this is incomplete and it's down one level from where the roof will be. But I think this will work if you can imagine it 1 meter high. I'm asking a lot there, I know. But I think that'll work for how I want this space to be. Yeah, I think this will work. Oh, I did patch this hole. Good, go me. Okay, I think that's all the cobblestone that I want to do in here. I need to get this roof on. Yeah, let me do that next. All right, here's to hoping this is enough roof blocks. Oh. I'll go get my rammed earth and patch that. That's not actually what I wanted to do for the roof. I forgot. Yeah, I'm definitely short. That's alright, I gotta get a ton of larch anyway. Well, I can at least put in the windows for now. Where's our bow stave? I'm about to make some people very happy. Now I need a piece of leather. I need 2 bones. And I need 3 pieces of flax twine. In order to make flax twine, oh, I actually have some, so I'll just steal those. And there's our recurve bow, and that will be coming with us, even though we don't currently have any arrows. And I don't really want to dedicate any more metal, I don't think. Not right now. Once we get to 1.22, we'll be putting this bow stave to good use. But until then, I've got 3 spears. They should last. Alright, so for the boat, I know I'm gonna need like 3.5 stacks of logs. I have like most of 1 right now. I'm gonna go fill our inventory with larch. That is probably prudent. Wow, this grass is so lush right now. Look at this. Got some trees growing in around Coppersberg. Very cute. Oh, I need to get clay as well. Okay, we got some things to do. We should put this rammed earth away too. Speaking of, oh. I also realized something. We are going to need cattails. This isn't even ready to harvest yet. We're gonna need cattails to make rope for our boat. So I think the next cattail harvest, whenever that comes in, isn't ready now by chance, is it? No, it does not appear to be. That's quite alright. Got plenty to do around home before that needs to be dealt with. Are the berries done? Oh, our pine tree came in. I think the last one might actually have been better, but you know what? I think we ship it. I like that. I think I like this idea anyway. I think we'll be looking to make use of this concept in New Coppersberg because there's something here to this. You know what? I want to see if our berries are done. Oh, that's... most of them are done. Okay, probably tomorrow then. I assume these have 1 day less? Yeah, less than a day. It's probably true everywhere else, yeah? This one is completely done. Oh no! Their growth is stunted. Oh, yep, look at that. I believe we planted on August 1st. It must have just barely tipped too high for them in the greenhouse. On the day we planted them too. Shoot. Oh man, that's so unfortunate. Well, what can you do? Alright, so we're not going to get that much produce from this, but it isn't our flax at least. I'll have to check our flax in a minute. We will get the seeds back from this. Alright, that's not too bad. And we have a ton of rye too. Oh, some of these don't have... okay, a couple of these don't have heat damage. That's annoying. Anyway, these black currants are all done. Okay, and over here, these berries all look done. Did the first one finish while I was looking away? This is totally done. This is really close. Okay. I'm gonna let that sit. We have other things to be doing today. And I'm also gonna pull this charcoal out, because that won't take long. Okay, we've got like a stack and nearly a half out of that. That's not too bad at all. I want to see if Adachi happens to be in a buying mood at the moment, because we probably can't take all of that with us. Buying 48. Okay, that would be half for 4 gears. We should sell some of our peat too. He's in the market for 24 24 peat. And we've got so much peat, it would be rude of me not to give it to him. Do you want 6 beeswax? If I harvested 2 of those, I'd get it. But he wants 12 beeswax. Ah. Okay, you know what? And we have nothing else that we even could sell him. Hey, made another 8 gears. I'll take it. Adachi sounds happy back there. That is 30 rusty gears to our name, and 4 temporal gears now. Nice. Right, I needed clay. And then while those are firing, I'm gonna go lumberjacking, I guess. Harvest larch? I don't know if that's the right... I guess you harvest timber, right? I think that's the right word for it. Okay, that'll probably be good for now. I can always collect more later if we need it. So each one of these makes 4, and I need 16. Is that right? Yeah, I think I said I need 16 shingles. Well, I think I only need to make these 4 then. I think I only need to do these 4 clay forms then. And I don't believe I have any more building to do. After this, it is the boat and basically waiting on our harvests. So there's a couple other things that I want to do before we leave to prepare. I'll cover those when we get there. And I say we live at large. Why not? Light this with charcoal, it's only going to take like 12 hours. I'm cool with that though. I'm going to put these cattails away because we'll be using those later for the boat, I think. Okay, so that's all firing. We've got some axes. Let's go get some larch. Oh, there's a bowtorn down there. Thanks for defending my not so humble abode. I don't feel like Coppersburg is that humble anymore. It's a little bit sprawling, I dare say. Oh, I like it with the trees in there. That's good. What do you think that pear tree is up to? What do you think our multitude of pear trees are up to? Oh, there's cranberry bushes out here. I didn't even know. Ripen about 7 days. That's like September 5th. I'll figure something out. Sorry, let me clarify with the arrows. I specifically don't want to... So like, I could spend the metal and obviously I would bring the arrows with us. But as ingots, it'll stack much more efficiently. So I think I want to leave everything that I can as ingots for our journey. That's really what I meant to say. The issue isn't so much dedicating metal to arrows, as much as base efficiency on our travels. I'm gonna need a ton of boards for the roof, as well as for the boat. I don't actually know how many the roof is gonna take. I also forget how many boards you get out of a log. So I'm gonna stay out here into the dark, at least for a bit. I don't know exactly how many stacks I'm looking to have. Hi, fireflies. Didn't realize it was pitch black for you guys. Curiosity is getting the better of me. Ooh. What are these hitboxes? Also, what is this aggro? So we have 5 temporal gears now. I was just thinking, wouldn't it be funny if this was a temporal gear? And it was one. Amazing. It's a lot of drifters. Yeah, why are there so many? This is kind of crazy. I can see to the sky up there. Well, I'm gonna get out. Do you have anything? Wax, I kinda don't care. Ow. Oh, they are still coming, okay. Maybe just this one. Nothing good. This one is coming for me. I'm starving. That's unfortunate. How many stacks do I have? That might be enough, maybe. But it is time for me to head home. I need to make more pies. Is there nutrition? Oh, this is only 52 days. I'll have this crock. Actually, no, that's a lot longer than pies. Never mind. That's right. We had all of this. Let me put this larch away. Oh, there's the cooking pots. I thought so. And I need 8 pieces of firewood. The pots. Let me get our ingredients. And in both of these... Oh, it's not hearty. It's just a red meat stew with boiled onion and carrot. All right, well, let's get these cooking. Oh, this is not going to last for that long. This raw red meat is already spoiling. It's only 3% though, so that's not too bad. I'm going to toss it into our fridge chest. Give it a little bit more longevity while this cooks. And that's why it's so nice having a fridge like that, quote unquote. Oh, I have the beeswax. Isn't there a little more beeswax somewhere? There it is. Only 5. I'm going to go punch another one of these or two. We're good. I'm gonna start grabbing some crocks off the wall. I think 3 per, right? Oh, is this gonna finish? These might not. So it's a little bit weird working with crocks and pots, because crocks hold 4 servings, but pots can hold 6. So every 2 pots can become 3 crocks. I don't really love it, if we're being honest. I have no shelves down here. I'm gonna store these in the old cellar, I think. Oh, all right, so I'm gonna fill this one, then fill this one, and then fill the last one from both. There we go. Now I can take these and I can seal them with our beeswax, which is much more efficient than sealing them with fat. In newer versions of the game, I'm still on 1.20. In newer versions of the game, the sealed crocks will show a little bead around the lid, showing that it is sealed. So yours will look a little bit different, and I think all of the labels have been pretty significantly updated as well. I believe that was actually 1.21, but... So let me start up the next meal, which is that, and that. There we go. I'm gonna let that go. I'm gonna get these stored away. How long are these gonna last for? Currently doesn't say because they're still hot. That is alright. Now, how many is that gonna make? That will fill 1 crock. Okay, so I still have meals for right now to deal with. I have a pie there. I have nowhere to put this pie. Nowhere temporary to put this pie. I'll put this pie there. It's fine. Then let's start this warming up. There we go. Now I need... Do I have any, like, berries or other fruit down here? Got some raw. Got an incredible amount of grain. A lot of veg. Well, in that case, it's berry harvesting time. Let's go. It's time anyway, right? Well, very close to it. Oh, we have a blooming pumpkin vine. Look at that. Oh, we've got another one over here. Hey. Pumpkins are kind of coming in. This is not an optimal way to plant pumpkins, for the record. That takes a ton of space, but I've reliably been able to use these greenhouses to more than self-replenish pumpkins, so I'm not too worried about it. Just know that this isn't an optimal layout for them. So don't come at me. I'm aware, I just don't care that much. You don't actually need to be hyper optimal in Vintage Story. I just find it kind of fun to figure out the little rules that let you optimize things. Hence all the spreadsheets and weirdness. I mean, the weirdness predates Vintage Story, but you know, we're kind of running out of space. Let me deal with that right now. Oh, this is done. Let's grab a crock, fill it. Gotta go get the beeswax. I put it away. Although it's right next to the old cellar, so no biggie. 0%. Oh no, it carried the spoilage. Well, I guess we're gonna eat these right now. Never mind on the pie making. It's unfortunate. Oh, one of these is 1% spoiled. This one. Wow, that still completely filled me up. Awesome. Well, I'm gonna keep nibbling away at those then, and leave all of our other ones in storage. I was getting berries, and also cleaning up my inventory because it's a mess. Now you're probably looking at all these berries and thinking, geez, Tack, that's a lot of wine, especially considering you haven't drank any of the wine you made from the last berry harvest. I mean, yes, but also you're wrong. See, we're not actually going to make wine out of these berries. We're just gonna let these ones rot. Because we're going to 1.22, the surest way, well, the most transportable way, and also arguably the most beneficial way to carry these berries into the future is as compost, rather than as, you know, something not rotten. So other than, well, maybe I will make those, maybe I will make some fruit pies. And I could make like 4 blueberry pies, that would be cute. Yeah, maybe I'll do that. It would be kind of neat if the clay oven actually burned through the logs one by one, rather than doing the whole stack at once, you know? Like just visually, so that you had a better idea of how much longer you had on it until it was ready to use. Did I grossly miscount? Do you only need 4 per pie? You might only need 4 dough per pie. Yeah, because I made 32. I made twice as much dough as I need to. That's fine. Dough rots really quickly, and again, that's probably the best way to carry our grain forward, actually. Oh no, I can make a partial pie. Ah, fresh for 2 days. Okay. I'm just gonna put it into our rot chest then, along with the rest of this dough. So I've done this. I'm in the process of the gatehouse. Oh, look at this. I figured out that I needed to make more. Those might actually be done. They are done. Nice. Okay, the roof is definitely done now. Let's actually work on this one, our Gambison. So for that, I'm finally gonna actually dip into, oh wait, no, we have all these berries to process first. Yeah, let's do that. That would be the responsible thing to do. Aww. Well, that can just stay in there now. Charred the crap out of that pie. Temporal storm is approaching, dude. Could you don't? And if I remember right, a barrel is... Hey, I was right. So the reason that I'm juicing these is that if you do juice them, both the berries and the juice rots, and it produces more rot cumulatively between both of them. And more rot means more compost. And compost is the most compressed form of, well, berry resource. So, yes, I'm doing all of this just to let it rot. There are worse fates, really. I'm trying to rush just a little bit because of the storm coming in. Okay, that's another full barrel. Pretty exciting. On to our next kind of juice. Black currants. Right, and I'm gonna dunk everything left over into the Deuteratorium into our rot chest. That's all fresh for only 2 days. The berries are only 2 days. Oh, cranberries for 4. What have you. Dough has 2 days on it. Yeah, we're gonna be able to fill at least 1 more barrel with all of this rot. Maybe 2. Not sure. But I'll make 2 more barrels for in there. Oh yeah, and all of this juice as well. Which is 10, 9, yeah, like 10 days on all of this. That'll be entering October. These will all go bad. And then it would need to be sealed for another 20. We might be taking this with us as rod. I really want to get out of here before the freeze, because sailing a boat through ice sucks. TLDR on that. Temporal storm is imminent. Okay, let's grab our bedroll. All right, I will see you when the storm is done. Nice. Yeah, it's 8:30 in the morning. Great time to wake up. Let's get onto that roof and get these boards in place. I'd kind of like to get the overhang on. How big is this? 12. I would need 24. I don't think I have 24 roof blocks. I think it's 16. Yeah, it's 16. All right, clay. I'm gonna make another batch. Primarily because why not leave this place as shiny as possible? You know what I mean? Like, I'm aware that we're about to leave. But for future explorers that find this place, why not leave it pristine? I'm taking the lanterns with us, though. They're worth too much. That wasn't enough boards. I didn't realize it was going to take that many. Make sure that's all sealed up inside. Yep, that looks complete. That's nice. I'm gonna have to build the thing in the center of this soon. I mean, that's the only thing that's left. But I've processed the berries. I finished the roof. Bring me our quill. The gatehouse is done. The centerpiece is done. The design is actually done. I did that externally. Gambeson. Let's hit up the Gambeson. All right, so for Gambeson, I'm finally going to dip into our flax stores here, and I'm going to need a whole bunch of different things. I will need, well, first off, 4 standalone flax twine, for which we just take 4 flax fibers in a square. So I've got those, and I'm actually going to put the flax twine into this chest so that it is totally separate, because we're going to be doing a whole bunch of stuff here. I need 3 sewing kits, which I never remember how to make. It's 4 twine and a stick. Okay. There we go. We have 3 sewing kits. We'll leave that there. Actually, I'll put that into this other chest as well, just so that we keep it in one place. Then I need 16 cloth, but cloth works a little bit more interestingly. So plain cloth is required to be able to dye it. And cloth is, well, first you make linen, which is 4 flax twine, make linen, and then you can make cloth, which can be used to dye things, either with mordant or without, in the case of specific colors, which is what we're going to be doing because we don't currently have access to mordant. So first, let me make 6 cloth, and that's all going to be brown. So for that, I need, okay, so there's our 6 linen, and now we take those with a stick. We need 6 of them, of course. And now we have 6 plain cloth. Now I will need 10 more, and this will be blue. So let's make 10 more of those, which means I need 40 flax twine at the end of this. Okay, there's 10. I need 10 sticks and our cloth. Cool. So that's 2 separate stacks because I'm working with these separately. Now I need to go dye these, and I need to look up how to dye things because I always forget the ratios of stuff. So let me search for Woad Blue dye. I need 2 liters per flower to get 2 liters. And let me open my personal notes here. dyeing requirements. Oh, wait. Where's the other? I have another note for dye. Here it is. Oh, fabric is always 2 liters. And then this is the how much you need to actually combine. Okay, so for woad, I need 2 liters per piece. So it's going to be 20 liters of water and 1 woad. Is that right? And 10 woad. Yeah, okay. Let me go get that. And then for brown, you may have caught it on here. Brown also does not need mordant, and it just uses strong tannin, which I don't think we have enough because that'll consume 12 liters. I think we only have 10. Let's take stock of what we've got. Okay, 2 liters of strong tannin. Yeah, that's not enough at all. I can prepare that for the woad. Then I only need 12 liters of strong. I think I gotta make a whole batch though. That's unfortunate. Okay, so... Oh wait, no, because there's 30 liters here. If I take 20 of them, then I can grab some oak, and I'll take 2 oak logs. Okay, so in 24 hours, we'll be able to dye. That's the brown. So it'll be these. And then the blue is going to be this. Let me get... How much do I need? That's 10? Yeah, 10 woad. Now woad, you may note, is yellow. And woad is a really interesting dye because once you dye it, I believe it is yellow when you first dye it, but then the dye oxidizes. And that's actually what allows it to set into the fabric, is that oxidization process as well. But it oxidizes, and based on the temperature that it's at, how long it was in there, how it was agitated, if you added any additives or additional fixatives or anything like that, if you aerated the dye vat, woad becomes a huge range of different colors depending on how you treat it. It's a really interesting dye. But in Vintage Story, it's quite a bit simpler. 8 hours of sealing, it'll turn into woad dye. And we get just a nice consistent blue out of it, no matter how long you leave it in. It's very simple in Vintage Story, but it's a really cool dye in real life. Okay, I'm gonna leave all of that to sit, so tomorrow, on September 1st, I'm gonna come back in here and we're gonna get these sorted. So that's the Gambeson in progress. There were some other things I wanted to do. Oh, there's these handful of patches of high fertility soil. And there's another one here? I think, yeah. I'm gonna pin all of these. And if we've got some time to burn, that's probably worth our time to go and collect. So let's grab our shovel. We only have a stone shovel, and we have flint and sticks to make more. Cool stuff. I should bring some food. I'm gonna pack up this pie. And it's a little bit later than I'd really like, but we can make this pretty quick. We know what we're heading out to get, so. And I'm not interested in getting distracted. Not this time. I'm gonna try anyway. Oh, there's some berries out here. Look at this. Cranberries. And is this another pear tree? Yes, it is. Oh, this is ripe. I do harvest by right-clicking. Well, guess we're harvesting. Look at me already getting distracted. I said I wasn't going to. This isn't too bad. Well, since that's the harvest, I should probably cut down these trees so that we can take the cuttings and we should be able to plant them and get, what's the rate? Is it 40%? Should be able to get 40% of them to take, which is not insignificant. And you'll note that this is fresh for 40 days. That's not even in a storage vessel in a cellar. Like, tree fruit is a life hack. It feels like cheating. It's like root vegetables. They're too good. They're too good. Let me see, do we still have a vessel down here? We do. What happens if I drop these in? They are now fresh for 1.4 years. Ridiculous. Oh, that's starting to spoil. I'll put that in the deterioratorium. There we go. Now I've got our axes as well. Go cut that fruit tree down so that we can take 40% of it with us. We've got some other fruit tree cuttings as well from trees that like just were weird and didn't seem like they were going to take off. So we rescued those, but we've still got them. because it turns out you can keep cuttings just in storage in perpetuity. Which is very goofy. Should not really be the case. I wonder why this one ripened so early, comparatively. That's weird. Oh, there were a couple more pears in there. I see that wolf there, and I kind of don't want to bother with it. That requires that it not bother me as well. I'm not seeing this fruit tree here anymore. That's interesting. This is definitely where I caught a bunny. I'm just going to delete that, I guess, because I don't know where it is. There's another pear tree. Oh, this one isn't ripe yet. So this one I'm going to wait on. And this has 12 days on it? That's over a month. Why was the other one ripe already? That's so weird. This one is ripe, so I'm going to give it a trim. This might cut into the other one as well, unfortunately. Yeah, it did. We're not going to get much out of this anymore. Maybe I should just grab the cuttings. Yeah, I'm going to do that. There's one more fruit tree on this little peninsula here. Oh, it's cherry, and it is currently ripe. Let's cut it down. I get to see for myself. Fresh for 2 days. Wow. Yeah, okay. I didn't realize that cherries were that bad. And they're only 42? Wow, okay. Cherries suck. Oh, we're right. Now, where was this? High fertility soil. Here it is. Yeah, there's not very much of it, but it's rare and valuable, so I'm grabbing it. This is also high fertility. Nice, there's a little bit more at least. Aw, cornflowers. I like cornflowers. At least I like them in this game. I don't know that I've seen one in real life. So this flax has been here since the world started, and it's still at stage 2 of 9 and 4 of 9. I don't think wild crops grow. Like, I'm genuinely skeptical of that. Wait, dryad saddle. That's edible. Even though I think broadly speaking, you don't want to eat mushrooms that grow on trees in real life. Honestly, just don't eat mushrooms unless you really know what you're doing. Like, don't eat mushrooms that you find sketch. Very hard to tell apart. Wait, no, I think chicken of the woods grows on trees, and that's fine to eat. Oh boy. Walked right into those wolves. Okay, so I need to get across this little bay here. You know what? I'm gonna cut across and get into our boat. Our little raft. Look at how cute Coppersburg is poking out from the trees. Those are some good vibes. Yeah, I really am gonna miss this place. That's alright, New Coppersburg will be special too. And with any luck, this will be a very boring rafting trip, so I'm just gonna skip ahead for you to when you can see again. It might be hard to see coming up in the water, but on the map, you can see that this river is still frozen over in September. It is officially September 1st, and that's because I haven't really been up this way since the thaw. Fortunately, ice does not melt while the chunks are unloaded. So you get to see how annoying it would be if I didn't get out of here before the freeze returned. So I have to thread my way through. And in this little raft, I can just hit these blocks myself, but in the boat I'd have to get out, swim around to break them, be a whole thing. So definitely want to get out of here before it starts getting cold again. So we definitely don't have time to let things rot. We can let some things turn to rot, but we don't have time to let them turn into compost. All right. There is one more thing I want to build other than the boat before we leave, and it's a chiseling project. I never did explore this cave. There's a ruin right there. Okay, hold on. A ruin with a ladder too. That's nice to get down there. would you look at this place? Okay, so, oh, there's a box there. I'm gonna try to make that jump. Oh, and there isn't even anything in it. Okay. A free I could have had a free lantern this whole time. Brazier, unusable clutter, unfortunately. Copper hoe, I mean, sure. Copper ingots? Just for free? Cracked vessel ore. Copper nails and strips. And fire clay. Medium chunk of sphalerite. Oh. There's 3 ore vessels? There's 5 ore vessels here. Holy crap. Definitely the dryad saddles are going. Oh, these cherries. Cherries are garbage anyway. Will. I was not expecting to run into a cool ruin. Get a free lantern and some copper ingots out of it. It's a pretty sweet find. Is this a bismuth lantern? It is! I kind of like bismuth lanterns. They're often considered kind of ugly, and I understand why, but I also kind of like them. Rusty gear in here. I wonder how far that continues. Oh, right, this isn't a torch. Bunch of chalk here, which, man, we're probably going to lose chalk going into 1.22 and not particularly excited about it. Yeah, losing our easy access to lime is going to be kind of awful. Well, we can just make fire clay. I don't need this in here. And I'm right next to the high fertility soil. That's the same cave. So I'm going to go pick that up. Right, here it is. And this will stack. This is the only reason I'm still picking stuff up, is this should stack. And as long as we don't get over a full stack of high fertility soil, which seems unlikely given how rare it is, we should be good. I'm gonna put this on my hotbar so I can watch it. Well, that freed up a slot for us. Okay, 55, so I can grab 9 more. There's more here than I realized. Oh, yeah, we opened up a slot. You know, I maybe should have dropped the pears instead of the cherries, because the cherries are gonna rot so much quicker and rot will stack. I'm gonna swap these out, and I'm gonna eat these pears right now. Actually, hopefully the cherries will still be there. I'll be kind of cutting it close. I will freely admit. Yep, all my stuff is still down here. Cool. Ooh. Aged logs are pretty rare. Like, I should come down here and grab all of those. Yeah, maybe I'll do that. I might come back here for those, because aged logs are a unique color that you can't get otherwise. It's only available in ruins. So that might be something to take with us. If you can see that little hole right there, I remember mining out some copper from there. Do you? Yeah, this world's been good to us. Lots of copper. Incredible amounts of copper. Chalk everywhere. Basalt. Oh, basalt is such a nice block to build with. That really rich, deep, dark stone color. Oak nearby. Nice big forests. Not too many bears close to home, thankfully. You know, I bet it's been long enough. Oh wait, no, it was 24 hours on the tannins. And that's only going to be weak, and we're going to have to do another round of that. Pretty sure, anyway. We have a handful of copper arrowheads and flint. Not really enough to be useful, though. I'll bring them with us, but not really enough to, like, fill a quiver. Oh wow, we have a lot of lead still. We might want to turn this into ingots. We can make 7 ingots. You know what? I think we should do that, because that'll transport better. It'll stack better. Yeah, how much does it take to melt? Smelting is 327. Oh yeah, this is going to be more than enough heat. More than enough temperature. I don't know if it's going to be enough duration. Yeah, I'm going to need more than that. 31 gear is not terrible. Okay, I've got all our molds out. I need some firewood, so I'm going to start... Oh, actually, I wanted to check on our dyes. Our woad blue dye is done, so there's that. Oh, Oh, we have 20 liters of strong tannin. This is for 6 pieces of cloth. All right, and here they are. So I'm going to take these 6 pieces of plain cloth. They will turn into brown cloth after 8 hours. So I'll seal that up. And now these 10 pieces of cloth, these are all going into our blue dye, which again, 8 hours. Go ahead and seal that up. And that will also be 8 hours. So at midnight, at like 1 in the morning, those will be finished. Alright, so I don't love that I'm about to spend a ton of pickaxe durability on this, but we need some basalt stones. Rock. The full blocks. We need some of those. So, I guess I'm just gonna get started. I need 36 of these. Yeah, it's a few. Not a crazy number, but it's enough to be annoying. That's all 32 of them. And I gotta say, free lantern is pretty great. Alright. I need 32... right? Wait. I need 32 sand. I need 36 basalt blocks. Okay. So I'm gonna have to go back and get 4 more. Wait, we don't have the 20 days. Oh no! What happens if I break this? Oh, you lose the rot. Okay, well, that has been learned. So this one is probably bust. We can wait on these other ones. But I guess the rot is just gonna stay in here. Right, shoot, I still need a couple more. Still need 4 more pieces of basalt. But I also need to eat something. I'll do that when I get back. So I will spare you all my honking. Charred blueberry pie. I mean, it's relatively delicious. Yeah, not really the best satiation, but it'll do. Alright, so I need to turn this chalk. I need to grind it into lime. And then from there into quicklime. It says in oven, and I think it actually means in a fire pit. I believe that's something that was changed in 1.21. But let's load up our corn, and I'm gonna get this taken care of. There we are. Now, let me put my theory here to the test. Oh, it's literally rotted as I turned away from it. So, if you have a crock full of rot, because I don't think I've shown this off before, you toss it into water. There we go. And you gotta wait for a minute, and you'll see, you might be able to see that some rot just bobbed up to the top, and now I have my crock and rot. You can also do this with bowls and, I presume, buckets if they have rot in them. But yeah, you just toss them into water, wait a second, and rot comes out of it. So, yay. Drop that crock there. We'll create 16 quicklime. 2 pieces bacon. Okay. Well, in that case, I'm gonna go get, yeah, 32 more lime, I guess. And the more I try to ignore the torches, the more and more enemies are spawning in here. But I'm trying to stay focused on getting out of here. I don't know how fast that's coming along. The lime to quicklime. It's super annoying that it's 2 to 1. And it's got to start over again, but that's okay. I'd rather have it just do it. I'm gonna need to put more wood in though. How hot does it have to be to start? Wait. It won't work with firewood. Does peat? Oh, peat is hot enough. I'm just gonna put 20 pieces in. There's enough residual heat to light back up, and that should bring it over 700. Yeah, that'll bring it up to 900, and it needs to hit 825. And it begins. Excellent. Wow, it's gonna do them one at a time though. Or I guess two at a time. All right, I'm just gonna leave that. And oh, it's the morning. So it's time to go check on our dyed cloth. We have our 6 brown cloth. And over here, 10 blue cloth and absolutely no dye left. All right, we've got our cloth. Let's go get our other components. I was debating if I should say components or ingredients or something else, and I went with components. All right, I need our flax twine and our sewing kit. I'm gonna come upstairs because I have already prepared an armor stand. But let's make our armor. Let's start with our helmet. All right, there's all our bits. So I'm gonna need sewing kit, 2 flax twine on either side, and then brown cloth. There's our helmet. Then I'll do the legs next. So I want our brown cloth there. Oh, we can get some pants. But we're not done yet. We want a sewing kit and flax twine. There's our legs. And now our chest armor is in an H shape. There we go. And now I'm not gonna wear this just yet. I'm gonna put it on our armor stand. And that's quite dashing, don't you think? I actually think that's a really nice blue. And the brown looks pretty nice with it. Yeah, I think that works. Cool. I'm not going to wear it yet because I don't want to put any wear on it, and we're just going to be puttering around Coppersburg. So I'm gonna leave that right there on the stand for now. We'll come back for it when we leave. But yeah, we've got fancy armor now. Take a look at that. Oh, how's our quicklime coming along? Still going. It's gonna be a minute. All right, well, I'm gonna step away for a second. Hopefully I don't die. Oh, it finished. Excellent. I wasn't sure if it was going to or not. The reason I did all of that with the lime and the sand and what have you, you want to take our sand, I'm going to take our quicklime, I'm going to mix them together to make plaster. This is plain plaster. You can also make plaster with various stick arrangements, but I'm using this plaster because it's very white. It is probably the whitest block in the game. I believe it's lighter than chalk, but I'm going to use this in conjunction with our basalt rocks, which I'm not going to place down right now because then I'll have to, relieve it again. Whereas the plaster, I can just break with my hand and pick it up. So I wanted white and black for nice, strong contrast. And now I'm going to do something that I've been planning since before, well, I guess not planning since before, but something that I've been wanting to do since before I even started this series. I'm going to make a map. And make a map I did indeed. The footage you're seeing right now is probably a time-lapse. I guess we'll see how I end up editing this, because I have merch now. And yes, it feels absolutely crazy for me to say that. I've had comments asking about merch before, but I didn't want to just throw my logo on a shirt, I wanted it to be better than that. And thus, the idea of a map of Coppersburg. And putting it on a mug was just obvious from there. There's a link to my brand new Fourth Wall merch shop down below if you're interested in picking a mug up for yourself. But I don't want to leave anyone out, so there is also a link right under the Fourth Wall one to a Gumroad shop, which has mobile and desktop wallpapers in ludicrous 8K because I'm insane. Those are available, pay what you want, and please don't feel bad about typing in 0. I've always considered Coppersburg to be a place that we share. It might be a single player world, but you're here too. And I kind of don't want to leave. I'm super excited about the future, which is refreshing, but I like Coppersburg. I'm willing to bet a lot of you like it too. This map is a way that we can all share in taking a part of it with us into the future. One final thing, since I made this thing myself, I'm also uploading a speed paint time-lapse thing on this channel as a members only video, as well as on my Patreon on the $5 tier and up, so it's the same on both. In that video, I go into some nerdy detail about details. My period inspirations, the research that I did for the calligraphy, and how I now know enough Carolingian minuscule to make me weirder than I was last month. I'm not saying that's a bad thing, I'm just saying it's a true thing. And speaking of my supporters on Patreon, thank you guys so much for putting up with me. I know I'm super late on the monthly video. This has all been a crazy project and I did not have the bandwidth, but you are not forgotten and I appreciate you so much. This month's video will have extra sauce, but that's enough shilling. The wallpapers are free. Please take them and enjoy them. Everything else is extra. Well, I'm pretty happy with that. Both the in-game map in front of me right now and also the wallpapers that I made. I hope you guys enjoy them. But right now, we need to start working on the boat. It is already about halfway through September. I want to get out of here before things start to freeze. So we need to get the boat building underway. Let's take a look at the handbook for our large sailboat. The first step of building a boat is to make 5 rollers, for which we need 3 firewood each, so that is 15 firewood. I think we have those lying around. If not, we have the logs for it somewhere. I'll be needing these in the near future. There it is. Okay, there's our 5 rollers. Now let's head down to the ocean just in front of Coppersburg. Let's head down to Rosa Bay proper and see if we can't get this started. I've made a sailboat once, but it was in creative and it's been a while. I only did it when we first added and then I never really had the right world to make use of them. So this is my first time actually building a sailboat in survival. I know we need a nice flat area, kind of which I don't think we really have here, or really on the far shore for that matter. I'm gonna have to do a little bit of digging, but how much room do we need? I can't even tell what I'm placing here. Tool mode to rotate. Oh, geez. Okay. How big is this? I think it might be 8 by 3. Is that right? I'm gonna assume that's right. And I'm gonna start working on flattening a stretch of the beach out. I really wanted to make a more substantial dock and kind of gesture at a proper harbor that has a little bit of not exactly industrialization, but something like that. But it's getting too late in the year for that, and I work much too slowly. So instead, I'm just gonna build a little flat spot here, enough for us to launch our boat from, and just kind of call it there. Okay, if I come back to the rollers, can I place this? Is it throwing an error still? Nope. Okay, that worked. That worked. What does it want from us now? To the handbook. Oh, I need to turn on the little tooltips. So that is Control N. At least it's Control N for me. It might be Shift N for some people. It's Crouch N for me. Oh, it's turning into day. That's good. So with the tooltips, the floating tooltips, visible, I need 8 more firewood. So let's make that real quick. Missing 9 logs. Okay. Well, let's give it logs first then. There we go. Oh, it needs to have both in my hands. Got it. Plum and square. How do I make the plum and square? I know I need stones. Need some flax twine and a couple stones. How many of these do I need? I need 2. Let me grab 2 stones and go make some flax twine. The somewhat annoying thing about this is just how much back and forth I know I'm gonna end up having to do. Oh, I should get all of our cattails too. I just ran through our cattail farm. They're not ready to harvest yet. Why am I going all the way up here? I need 2 flax twine, at least for now. I'm gonna need to make rope. I'll grab all of our vines, but I don't want to use those if I can avoid it. 63 cattails. I mean, I'll take it. Oh, you know what I should do? This is gonna be our last harvest since we are winding down. I'm gonna harvest our skeps. It'll give us a bunch more cattails to turn into rope. Ow. Ow. And I don't know if you've ever been stung by a bee, but oh, hi, okay, but it sucks like a lot. You don't really just go, ow, and keep carrying on. At least not in my experience. That is a little bit of a job ender. Oh, I'm totally full. Okay. I have an open slot. Why isn't this skep going into my inventory? That's weird. Alright, let's get this made. So I take the stones, flax twine, and I think it was sticks like that? Yes. Sweet. I'm gonna do something about all this honeycomb in my inventory though. No reason for it to be clogging things up as much as it is. 22 liters of honey. And it's crazy how much aqua vitae requires. Where did I put my saw? I feel like I'm gonna need it to make more boards. There it is. Hello again, boat. You're asking for the plum and squares and a bunch of boards. You can do that. Okay, and more boards. A lot more boards. No, I think that's beams. How do you make beams? Oh, it's to the side. Okay, so I need 14 of these, and I need more large logs. Should have known that was coming. All right, where's our axe? Oh, our cattails are in. Yeah, we should probably do that, because we're gonna want a lot of cattails in New Coppersburg as well. Last time doing this harvest. I'm also probably going to dig up the roots for all of these and transplant them in New Coppersburg, because we're going to want to get bees figured out right quick. But for now, I will leave these just in case they should come up fast enough. I don't think they will, but no harm in trying for another harvest, right? Oh, with ripe fruit. Well, looks like we're cutting down this pink apple tree in that case. Oh, this pear as well. It was too close and got caught. It might have been ready as well. Find out. It was! And now our inventory is full, so I should retreat back to home. Kind of unfortunate. I had stuff I wanted to do out here. Well, I have a little bit more room in my inventory. Let's try this again. And I don't actually know how many of these I'm gonna need. Oh, this tree is ripe. Maybe we should hit up all of our fruit trees now. It seems like at least a critical mass of them has become ripe. And if we can juice them now, we might have enough time for them to turn into rot at least. So let me pin all of our fruit trees in the area. And I've even marked a couple down in this southern bay here that I've seen kind of like from a mountain peak up here, but I've never actually gone down to. So perhaps we finally will. And you know what? Let's go do it. Right now. Why not? I don't like that bear down there. Hopefully it does not take an interest in me. Oh, there's a ruin here. Back to vessel farming. I mean, might as well see what's in it, right? Cattails and some flax fibers? Sure. Oh, there's bony soil in here. And grab that as a treat for whenever we make landfall. I'm not going to deal with it in this episode, but we can definitely carry that with us. That seems like something that would be worth doing. I think that's the bear sleeping over there. I'll take it. Fruiting, ripen 3 days? And we gotta start packing up. I can't. I gotta cut this down now. It's fine. This one is ripe though. Oh, I think this is another fruit tree over here. I was heading for these. Is that 2? Yep, that's 2 of them. Oh, this tree is empty. Well, I don't really care that much about the harvest themselves this time around, actually. So it works. We have 14 cuttings? Wow. We're gonna have a lot of fruit trees in the next world, even with only even with only a 40% success rate. I think that's the number anyway. We're gonna have so many cuttings that we're gonna have pretty good chances of having a whole our orchard. So that's pretty great. We're not gonna have to worry about fruit after the first year at all. Starting to get a little bit darker than I'd like. I should be able to get home pretty quickly though. So we have a pink apple, which is ripe, and a yellow apple, which is also ripe, both for 1.2 days, which is a different timer than any of the other trees we've hit up so far. I have no idea how that works. It's gotta be elevation, but it doesn't always seem like the lower and thus warmer trees are further ahead. So I don't know exactly what's happening. Because I haven't really been down here much, I'm gonna go kind of across and then loop around to these on our way home. See if we can find anything interesting down here while we're down here. Oh, look at that. There's another fruit tree. Don't mind if I do. Generally speaking though, I'm being pretty quick about giving this a once over. We're trying to get out of here, so I'm not really trying to get engaged in anything too big, you know? Oh, that's another fruit tree. You can see a light on that island over there. There's a trader. And yep, there it is on the map. Well, I'll mark it, but I'm probably never gonna visit that trader. Well, maybe we will on our way out. I'm gonna be flush with cash and have a ton of cargo space on our boat, so I don't know, maybe we'll stop by on our way out. Well, I'm beginning to understand why I didn't go exploring down here much, and it's because it's all cliff faces. It sucks traveling here. So I'm gonna try to get the hell out as fast as I can. All right, I am entering bear territory right now. I'm gonna keep an eye out. I think that's one right there. Yes, it is, and it's right on top of the trees that I'm trying to harvest. Cool. Alright, I'm gonna drag it out to somewhere a little bit flatter. Oh! Alright, I think there were another like 3 bears, so let's do this real quick. Kind of only care about the cuttings. I feel bad about leaving this much fruit lying around, but I don't have the inventory space, and I might not have the inventory space to even take them with me as rot. If I can even get it converted into rot, so I'm not gonna lose too much sleep over leaving them. Ripe in about 20 days, weather permitting. Well, weather will not be permitting, I don't think. Pretty glad that 1.22 is adding footsteps to bears. No more sneaky 2-ton animals. Okay, so I have a ton of fruit in my inventory right now. I'm, just for the sake of seeing what happens, I'm gonna try juicing a bunch of it. Okay, the mash is fresh for 2 days. The juice is fresh for 7 days. I need more barrels. Fresh for 14 days. That might not rot in time. That's fine. We should be able to reclaim the rot at least from the mash, which is faster than it would be from the fruit alone, so it ends up working out. I mean, the fruit is fresh for 40 days in our inventory, so yeah. Yeah. Oh, all the different flavors of apple just become apple juice at the end of the day. That's awful convenient for processing. Oh, look at all that rot. The better part of 4 stacks. Very nice. The mash is fresh for 2 days only. After 20 hours, and how much does it take? Does it take like 10 liters? Okay, let's make some more lime water. Lime water is 1 to 1, very good. There's our lime water. And I'm just going to combine that with our existing vat of it. Now I think it's 10 per large hide, or yeah. So I can't yet. How much more do I need? Oh, because that's the scraped one. Whoops. There we go. After 20 hours of sealing, that should be fine. Did I press seal on that? Yes. Okay, good. All right, back to the boat. That is enough time messing with my inventory. Oh, I was in the middle of these trees. Dang it. Okay, let's go do it. Ripe in about 0.7 days. Okay, fine. I'll leave this one here then. It's right next to Coppersburg. I can always grab it when it is ripe. And at least let the mash rot. If not the juice. I didn't realize how much longer apple juice lasts. So again, I don't remember exactly what the number is for the success rate of fruit tree cuttings, but let's say it's only 30%, excluding the 3 cherry tree cuttings that we have because cherry trees are garbage. We have 73 fruit tree cuttings here. Assuming only a 30% success rate on planting them, we will have 22 fruit trees at New Coppersburg, which is already more than we had on the map pinned. So, and I mean, you saw how much fruit we had. It was, I mean, at least 3 barrels full, probably more than that. And that was only, what, maybe a dozen trees? Something like that? Yeah, we're gonna have a ton next year. And what's going on with this other fruit tree out here? Ripe. And 2 more tree cuttings. And how many cuttings should we get from this one? At least 3. Possibly 4, but definitely 3. Finally, back to the boat. And how many support beams did it want? 14. Oh, it has to be debarked. Okay. And you get 3 from each one. I need 14. What is that? What is that number? Alright. I need another 14. I need more larch. No, it wants 36 boards. I have those. It's more of those and boards. Yep, I've got that. Wants another 14 beams. I really wish this would just say what the hell it wants, instead of having to play this game over and over. Okay, 17 coil of rope. Let me go get the cattails. I grabbed 2 stacks, and I know I'm gonna have to run back into Coppersburg to get flax for making linen sails. But how much of this? 17. There it is. Now I need 10 plus 21 linen, is that? Okay, need more cattails. And 21 linen. That's a lot, okay. Oh, that was it. Okay, let's launch it and hope it works. I know it's kind of buggy. Check it out. Oh, that's awesome. Okay, how do I, is that my seat? There we go. And now this is the old one, so I literally just drive it with WASD. Let me pull up alongside a little bit here. And now we have 8 spots. Wait, oh, this front one is only anchors, right? That don't work yet. Yeah, there's like rigging and stuff that you can make. You can make a whole bunch of neat stuff. So we've got 8 slots here where we can attach inventory storage, so chests mostly. 2 of them are going to be our fancy storage vessels. At least 1 is going to be our food, also in a storage vessel. And then the other 5, those are the chests of actual stuff we're taking with us. Well, the 2 fancy storage vessels will as well, but that's mostly going to be metals and like that kind of stuff. Which means it's time to start packing up. Oh, it feels kind of weird to be packing up. Not gonna lie. Gonna liquidate some more of our assets into Adachi here, since it'll be so much easier to transport them as gears. Fortunately, it does not have that last piece of the morning tapestry, or I'd be finishing that right now. There's some good tapestries in here, but unfortunately not the one that we're trying to finish. Well, thank you, Adachi. Might be the last transaction we make. Oh, we have 39 gears now. Oh, this is totally empty, this one? Sweet. Well, in that case, I'm gonna pick that up and carry you, because I got some other stuff I want to put in this storage vessel. This thing's hitboxes are so annoying. Hey, I can access it now. Good. Jeez. It was so tedious. Well, I think it's time to harvest our cattail roots. I'm gonna want more cattails too, as we go. Like, I'm gonna collect more cattails in the new world. There can never be enough. And because I'm on an old version, that's about as much customization as I can do. The rat lines and the, my little lantern post. Lantern mount, I suppose. But that's alright. Okay, now we have enough room for 6 chests. How did you get here? Such a nice rainy day. Alright, I'm gonna take our storage vessel, and this is the one for our food. I'm gonna drop it right in there. Now I'm gonna try to select these in order from longest lasting to about to expire. Well, the other way around, actually. So we have 10 crocs in our food storage vessel, and that's not bad. I would like to fill 2 more. I believe I think we have like 4 crocs back home, so we can definitely eke out another 2, and we have plenty of food. Whatever I end up throwing in there. Probably porridge of some kind. We only need to make 8 portions to fill 2 crocs. But this is going to be the food available for our journey, so we definitely want to stock up. And the other 5 positions are going to be chests. I should start loading those up. And I should maybe make some pies for right now while I'm still doing that. Oh, nope. There's a pie here. Never mind. This is our last pie, in fact. Oh, and how are our crops doing? Huh. Look, we've got pumpkin. Oh, there's 6 mature pumpkins. Look at this. And I've done nothing in here. Pumpkins demand quite a lot of space, so they can be tricky to grow, especially in enclosed areas like this. But look at that. That should be more than enough pumpkins to recoup the, only 4 seeds that I spent in here. I didn't even do any weeding. People act like pumpkins are genuinely difficult to grow, and no, I just kind of planted them around. I left a lot of space in between them, but I just kind of planted them. This is only 4 plants. These ones haven't, well, that one's withered. One might not be bearing fruit, I'm not sure. And this one has a growing pumpkin, so maybe this one just hasn't grown a pumpkin yet. But these 2 have given us 6 pumpkins. How fun. Now our nitrogen crops. Well, the turnips are done. Cabbage is basically done. Rye, 7 of 9. It's got a lot of damage. We're here, phosphorus. Carrots are coming in. Onions aren't even done. And finally, our potassium field. Our flax is at 6 of 9. This one's 7 of 9. We'd have to be here for a while. I might just grab seeds and abort on these, which is unfortunate, but the seeds are some of our most precious cargo, because that's what's going to let us ramp up when we're in the new place. Let me just test to make sure. Did not get the seed. Okay, we gotta wait. If it dies, you get the seed back, but we gotta wait for these. All right. In that case, I have an idea. So this is often an early game craft for most people, but I'm much stranger than most people, so I'm instead making it right now. But this is a watering can, which does help to increase the speed at which your plants grow. I just find it not as beneficial as some people purport it to be, shall we say. No, Actually, I'm gonna grab some charcoal. I want to get this fired quickly. Remember the aged short bed and how I thought that you'd be able to use it? No. Well, here's our first chest. Managed to just empty one out. Seems kind of absurd. It's interesting going through my virtual life like this and figuring out what's worth bringing with us. The space is not infinite. And I'm basically just transplanting the rot chest wholesale, which is pretty funny. Okay, how many more slots do I have? 3. And I wanted to do tools. Oh, I wanted to do a tool chest. Oh, we've got some more compost. Nice, we got a full stack. And this has like 10 days on it. We'll see. We'll see what I do about that. You know what, we gotta stick around for a few days. I'm gonna make some strong tannin and take care of this so that we can turn that into leather. We might be able to get a full set of leather backpacks, which would be really cool. So I thought I was going to be placing the tool chest into the boat right now, but no, I've kind of loaded up on just general materials at this point. And this is all of our open storage that is not otherwise claimed. Very exciting. Time for another trip back to Coppersburg, see what we can loot and plunder from ourselves. How many slots do I have open, actually? That is a grand question to ask myself. 24 slots I've got open. I'm totally forgetting about the seeds when we harvest everything. Holy crap. Alright, well, I think I've got it actually pretty well sorted. And I kind of understand the hierarchy of what I'll, abandon effectively. Oh, the candles, the anvil, and quern. Yeah, I'm forgetting things, alright. Ah, the watering can is done. Nice. I'm gonna do that right now. So the watering can increases the speed at which your crops grow. And it is, oh, didn't mean to leave that open. It's on a bit of a sliding scale, shall we say, as to how much it actually increases the growth speed. I find it's generally not enough to be worth the amount of time that it takes, but since speed is a bit of the essence at the moment, I am making an exception. Having the moisture of your crops be at 100% is better than having them at the default, which I think is 70? 70, no, it's 75% moisture when it's right next to a block. But you end up losing, I did the math recently, I think it was like 18% efficiency in terms of growth speed compared to if it was at 100% all the time. So you're not losing a huge amount. I mean, 18 is not a small amount, but I'll take that trade-off because I find the watering really, really dull and generally just not impactful enough for me to care. I find fertilizer is much more impactful, and we didn't end up using any of that, which is probably not the wisest. Next year, we definitely will be using fertilizer though. I think we've got enough rot that we can actually do a full greenhouse worth of compost, so that's great. I'm gonna leave the quern where it is because I think I'm gonna be making pies or something in the next couple days while I run down a last few timers. The leather that we've got processing, our crops obviously, and some rot that we have turning into compost. I believe those are the only timers we're waiting on. Well, funny enough, I think I've reached that stage of a move where everything is packed up and basically ready to go except for the new place. So I'm just kind of living out of boxes for a bit, I guess. Most everything is packed up, kind of waiting on a few things. Did I fill those last 2 crocks? Did I do that? I don't think I did. No, I did not. I should go and do that. Oh, we're gonna have so much rot after all this juice goes. This is pretty incredible. Oh, geez, I forgot about these. Temporal gears, unfortunately, don't stack, so they're just gonna take up 5 slots. This has like 11 hours left. That's going to be a bit. The one thing has like 10 days on it, so. But I'm going to like bail on all of this stuff if our flax comes in. Oh, which I'll just advanced a growth stage. So it takes 18 days. They're at 7 of 9. So that's... Oh, each stage is 2 days. So that's like in 4-ish days, so like 4 to 5 days. Let's call it 5. Okay. I'm gonna go make some pear pies. I'm gonna be here for a couple days yet. Oh, I need to make those 2 crocks. I will do that first. What do I want to make? I have forgotten some treasures. I'm gonna be finding things all over the place that I bring out to the boat as we go. 100% spoiled, but not yet turned to rot. It will. Give it a moment longer. Ah, I just had to interact with them. Nice. Look at that, we've got a bunch of rot. Oh, that's so exciting. Genuinely, that's so exciting. I think the seeds are gonna be in my inventory at this point. And let's go deliver this meal to the boat. And this is kind of how I imagine the next few days are gonna go. Are gonna be me kind of puttering around, staying alive, making sure the last few things happen as quickly as possible. So rather than making you sit through that, I thought I'd take a moment to use a song that I have not yet in this Let's Play series. It's actually my favorite song from the Vintage Story soundtrack. And I thought I would reminisce and celebrate Coppersburg, the achievement, so to speak, that it is. So please join me for a very fond farewell to a place we have known as home, Coppersburg. Going to be here for a while. I'm going to wax poetic if you'll allow me. I've said it in prior episodes how I really like the natural trails mod, specifically because of how it makes the impact that you as the player have upon the world more visible, as well as the impact that the world has upon the player. I find every world from every player fascinating and meaningful and very deeply personal, especially solo worlds, because multiplayer worlds are meant to be seen in some capacity. Solo worlds, though, no one else has to interface with. It's entirely the creator's vision and bed to sleep in. And that kind of singular vision is, I don't know, there's something really neat about it to me. And getting to know someone else's solo personal world through a Let's Play series is a big part of the draw, at least for me, to Let's Play series, is getting to see their creative vision, what they want out of their own world, And it has been an absolute joy getting to share the creation of Coppersburg with all of you. Being able to, in a sense, give back to the Let's Play viewership. And I know this isn't the end, we're just changing versions, we're just going to a new map. The community will still exist, Coppersburg will still exist. But it's, I don't know, I get sentimental easy. In any case, thank you for coming along with me on this journey of Coppersburg in version 1.20. Whether you've been here since the beginning, or if this is your first episode, or if you've been kind of in and out, thank you for coming, and I hope that you join us as we move to 1.22. But for now, I just want to celebrate Coppersburg. I'm proud of this place. I like it a lot. I think I put my quill on the boat, and that's something I need in my pocket. Especially right now, I want to write down all the timers that I'm actually waiting on. There it is. Oh, I hope I'm not burning my pie. Yup, I burnt my pie. That sucks. Oh well. Ah, I burned this one too. Oh well. Okay, timers. We've got, that's in 9 days. These are kind of best guess time frames. The pumpkins are done. I just need to get the seeds out of them. The rye, let's call it 7 out of 9. Also takes 18 days, so each one is 2. So, same time frame. Oh, this cabbage isn't done. I thought it was. Hey, our strong tannin is done. Let's go. 4.5 days, that'll be October 5th, we'll call it. And this one is going. So the leather, both of them will be done on like October 5th. That's what I'll write down. I need to bring the quern down there. So I just woke up this morning and there's a frost on everything. I checked our thermometer. It got down to negative 4.4 last night. So we're about to run into that 0-degree temperature where our crops are gonna die. So even if they're not done yet, I think it's time to harvest. Emergency harvest time. Our flax is done, so that's great. We definitely don't want to lose that. Our pumpkins are nice and mature. We ended up getting 7 of them, so that's going to give us more than our seeds back. This greenhouse has been done for a while. Remember, the growth was stunted in here, but hey, I'm not going to turn my nose up to a relatively successful bounty. We'll get a bunch of seeds out of this. That's the main thing I'm concerned about. A lot of this produce actually won't be coming with us. Probably none of it, actually. And it looks like our carrots, with 1 or 2 exceptions, have finally finished. So yes, it is definitely time to harvest. I'm gonna go, this knife doesn't have much longer on it, I'm gonna go throw some obsidian knives together because that's what I've got left in Coppersburg, the cozy compound, and I'm gonna get to harvesting all of this. Well, actually, first, something else finished. Our leather. And we end up with 31. We need we need 32 to fully equip ourselves with 4 leather backpacks. That's fine. That's fine. I will accept 3. And then we've got some leather to take ahead with us. If you remember, these linen sacks are 5 slots and they do line up. They're sequentially ordered in here. So, try to put this on the shelf maybe? There we go. And replace it with a leather backpack. Start moving stuff into it. Hey, I'll take the 3 additional slots. It's not bad. Let the great harvest begin. I'm going to limit myself to 128 of any individual seed. That's because my farm design capacity here is 128 seeds, and well, space is rather precious. Space on the boat, that is, and in my inventory currently. Oh, it feels weird and bad to be leaving this all lying here, but we can pretend it's a farming technique I heard about recently called chop and drop. Yeah, that's what it is. Totally. Okay, we got a lot of flax. Also got quite a few seeds. Let me try to sort some of this out. We still don't quite have 128 flax seeds. Unfortunate. Oh, I didn't do the pumpkins. Well, let me dump this stuff in here and we will get to it in a bit. I'm gonna go grab the pumpkins. 7 pumpkins. And if we were sticking around, I would absolutely sprinkle these around because Halloween is excellent. And it's almost the last day of October too. What perfect timing that would be. You can also get pumpkin slices out of them, which are perfectly edible. Pumpkin itself is fresh for a decent length of time. The slices, significantly less so. So they make a decent little thing to carry with you. To get seeds, to get the slices, you take a knife and your pumpkin and you get the slices. If you leave out the knife, you get seeds. So we invested 4 seeds into those pumpkin plants and we got 7 back. It's pretty decent. If I had maybe watered and weeded and, taken generally better care of them, would have done better, maybe a little bit more space, but hey, more seeds out than we put in. That's a win. I did not mean for that to rhyme, but I'm gonna roll with it. This has some rot in it. We don't have space right now, but that's okay. So there's some rot there. This is rotting. Oh, this is really close. 25 leaves. This is a lot of rot. Oh, I'm gonna have to make some hard decisions. Right, the lanterns. I guess it's time to grab them. I am leaving that one though. It's too iconic. It was Coppersburg's first lantern, and it shall be its last. I think it's fitting. I think I have to break these to get the rot out. It's very silly. These are gonna last for too long. I want to get out ahead of the freeze. This barrel has barely spoiled since yesterday. I think it's too cold to make any more progress, at least consistently. Which means, I think that's it. There is one more thing to be done, and that is our armor. It's finally time. You can just right-click to take the armor off of the stand. Right-click again, and you put it on. So, how's it look? I think it's rather dashing. Well, I've just zeroed out my to-do list. So, bright and early, I guess it's time to leave. Well, I suppose that's it for Coppersburg, and it's time for us to say goodbye. But worry not, for I will return in 1.22. I'm really looking forward to it, and now that this big project is complete, I expect the next episode to come faster. Thank you very much for stopping by and hanging out, and as always, have a great one.